All you need to make this mineral feeder is a barrel, plastic barrel, and a truck tire. This is a 24.5-inch rim truck tire, the large size that would be on a tractor trailer, because this is just the right size for a barrel to fit down into. Now, the one I'm going to show you today is actually the Cadillac model, if you will, in that it has these runners attached to the bottom of the tire. And just before we get started, I'll show you that. You don't really need to have this, but you can see these are beveled in the direction of the pull, and this will help protect the bottom of the barrel if you want to move this up and down a gravel road, or if you have rocky land. If you're normally just going to move this from pasture to pasture, it won't be a problem to not have the bottom or the runners on it. The other thing that I'll show you while we're right here is that there is an eye bolt that is placed through this tire to pull it with, and we're pulling it with this little nylon rope, but you can put a chain on that or whatever you want as you move it from pasture to pasture. And then on the bottom side of the tire, there also are some holes drilled which will allow water to drain out of the tire. The other things that you need a 55-gallon barrel, plastic barrel, preferably a blue one or a black one. Now, I have a white one here, and oftentimes you can find these easier than the blue or black ones, but these will not hold up as long. And in our experience, a mineral feeder made out of a white one will only last about 2 years, where out of a blue or a black, they're more like 5 years. You'll need 4 6-inch, half-inch bolts, each with a washer on each side, and a nut like that. You'll need 4 of those. You also need as I said, there's an eye bolt here that is the other piece of hardware that's used to pull the barrel by. And that's really all that there is to it. Now, we're going to go ahead. We've got this one partially marked, but I want to show you how to mark the opening. The opening, you want an 18-inch circle for the opening. That fits most size cattle. If you have a lot smaller cattle, you might go smaller, but I would stick with this 18-inch opening. Now, it's fairly easy to draw this opening. What I've done is I've measured up the depth of the tire, and in this particular case, it's 10.5 inches is the total depth to the top of the tire here. And so I've measured up the barrel to a 10.5-inch height here, and that's going to be the bottom of the opening. I've marked another mark 9 inches up, and then another mark up here at the top that is 18 inches from that bottom mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Sharpie marker, and use this little piece of twine that I've tied here, and I'm going to go to my center point, and then I'm going to go down here to the mark, and I'm just going to mark an arc. I'll let my finger turn as I go, and of course this does not have to be perfect, but it'll get you close this way to a smooth, equal sized opening all the way around. Now, the other thing that we've done on this one is we did go ahead and drill a couple of pilot holes here at the top so that we can run the reciprocating saw. And now my nephew Mitch is going to step in here, and he's going to just kind of show you how easy it is to cut out this opening in the barrel with the reciprocating saw. Mitch?
I'm going to take this barrel, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm using a small all-purpose reciprocating saw blade. What I'll do is I'll start in his pilot hole that he's drilled for me, and I'll put some weight on the barrel to support it. Then I'll start it up, and I'll get on line, and then I'll cut as close to the circle as I can.
And we'll take a pocket knife and kind of scrape this rough edge off, and that'll clean that up and make for a nice smooth edge there. No problem. Now, the other thing that we've done here is we have drilled or marked for holes to be drilled at 4 locations around the base of the barrel. And you see there's one here that's still not drilled. Why don't you get me the drill, Mitch, and we'll drill this one out. And this is for the bolts that I showed earlier to go through and go up inside of the tire and hold the barrel in place. And we'll show you in just a minute how that works. So we're just using a simple 1/2 inch drill here, no big deal. You could use an auger drill or just whatever you want. This stuff's easy to drill. Again, it's not really important that they be exact, but you do want this height to be about half of the height of the tire, so that the hole is in the middle of the between the two beads. So now you've got your barrel. You've cut the opening. I didn't mention this, but you want that opening to be on the side away from the two caps here on the top of the barrel. And you can see this one has a couple of holes already drilled in it for drain holes. I generally will drill an additional hole right here at this low spot to drain water off of the rim of the barrel. Now, okay, we're going to set this one aside and get the already pre-cut, pre-drilled one over here. Okay, so here we have kind of what I use as a demo model, and now you can see on this one that I've taken two of the bolts and run them through two holes on the back side of the barrel. And it's easiest if you put these two on the back side in first, and then in this one you can see that I kind of made a mistake when I cut this one. I put the opening right below this, and there was a drain hole right there, so I used a little foam to clog that up, and I drilled two drain holes on either side of the barrel here so that water will drain off the top. Okay, we're really ready for the final assembly. And again, with most of the ones we use, we'd have just the tire here at this point without those runners. And what you do is go ahead and start the bolts through the tire like this, and then go ahead and you can see now how the barrel fits down inside there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take two of the bolts here, the other two bolts. You see I've got the washer here, and I'm going to come right through that hole in the barrel with this bolt, and you can see this is a little bit of a tight fit, but I'm going to start that through, and I did that mostly so you could see, but we'll need to have this flush up against the barrel like this. And now Mitch, the other one. And then we'll jockey that and put those down inside of the tire. Now you can see that the barrel fits very nicely in this 24.5 inch truck tire. You can see that our bolts are down in there, and now we will go ahead and run those nuts on through and tighten up those bolts. Now you can see I can just slip my hand down through there to hold the nut up against the barrel, and then I'm just turning that. I've got that bolt put all the way in, just kind of snugged up, and then I'm going to use a couple of wrenches, okay, just like that. Give it a good tight twist, seat it up. Go ahead and repeat that here with the other bolt. And that's essentially all there is to the assembly. Now that I've tightened the other bolt down, you can see that all four of the bolts are going through the barrel and up inside of the tire, and they're not actually connected to the tire. And so you can see how flexible this is. If a cow starts rubbing against this or they start fighting over it, it gives it a lot of flexibility. You also can see it'd be very hard for them to turn that over because the barrel wants to give some. So that's the completed product. This particular height of the rim, this will hold about 100 pounds of mineral, and this is all you need for a herd of 35 to 40 cows is one of these mineral feeders.